Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to do an introduction on splitting the model up into parts and on this fuselage, just a fuselage for today, splitting this model up and hollowing it out and making the parts 3D printable. So what I've done, I turn this on, turn the canvas off. And what I'm going to do here is split this up and do the internal structure for this. But this here is just an introduction on how to do this. And the process that I'm doing here will work on pretty much any model. Also, in this video, I'm not going to go over how to cut this up and design it for vase mode printing, because that's a little more complicated, and that's going to have to be done in another video. In vase mode, what it does, in a nutshell, it prints one continuous line. So if you were to do this in vase mode, this whole thing, it would start here and keep going around and around and around and around in one long continuous string till it was completely back here done. And there's no retraction in that on your when you're printing it. So the parts will end up being lighter and you'll use less filament. But for this purpose here, I just want to show you how to cut this model up and get the internal structures for it. Okay, now, like I was saying, we're not going to go over how to cut this up for and print for vase mode. We're just going to do regular standard printing on this, and which works for a lot of planes and things. But if you're going for a complete weight savings and everything, then printing this in vase mode is the best option. But like I said, we're not going to go over how to cut this up for that just yet. This is just an introductory how to cut this up and get it situated here. So we'll go ahead and get started here. I'll turn off the canvases. And in an upcoming video, I'll show you guys how to model this. I'm modeling this for a one of my Patreon customers. And he wants to know how to do the internal structures and everything too. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Now, the best thing to do here before you start cutting, before you start cutting this up and everything, you need to decide where the hatches and everything are going to be. This is a solid model. It's completely solid here. It's not hollow yet. And like I said, before you do that hollowing stuff, you want to decide where your hatches and things are going to be, and go ahead and cut all that stuff off too. So like I want a hatch here. So I'll come up here and just do this. I don't know why that happened, but okay. Delete this and delete this. Okay, go ahead and finish this sketch here. Now we're just putting a hatch in here. So I'm going to split this body and use this line here to do that. And click OK. Now we have our hatch. And I just named that hatch. Now this hatch here too, it's solid also. So turn this fuselage off. So we just have this hatch here. And now what I'm going to do with the hatch here is shell this. And I'm just going to shell it 1 millimeter. inside. Make sure this is selected the inside and click OK. Now, to show that this is hollow, just come up here to inspect and do a section analysis. And as you can see, it's hollow inside. And click OK. And turn off the analysis over here. Now, the reason we do this is I'm going to cut some of this out here so I can make this even lighter. So when this sits onto the fuselage here, we're going to have something that will sit on here, not just an edge to edge. I'm going to do the same thing for the inside here. So turn this fuselage off here. And I'm going to create a sketch on this plane here. And project this onto the plane. Do an offset of this. And let's make this a negative 3.5. Click Enter. Finish sketch. Turn sketches back on. And I'm going to extrude this. And this is going to go up. Doesn't have to go that high. We can just go a -2. And make sure set to cut and click OK. And as you can see, that's what our canopy looks like now. And that's how you just do that. And now I'm turn this hatch off and turn the fuselage. I said canopy. It's a hatch. And this here, what I'm going to do now is hollow this also. So come up here to, shell. The whole thing. Inside again, and this is going to be 1 millimeter. Make sure to set the inside. And click OK. Now, I don't know what happened here. I don't know what this is doing over here, but we'll figure that out. I have an idea what happened. And I believe it was this combine here. Okay. Not really sure what happened here, but we have that. We have that hatch. And okay. Now this here, change this. And we have our hatch. Now I don't know what happened there, but it's no biggie. But when I combined these two, something went wonky on it. So now, these two, I'm going to combine these two here. We have our hatch. And now I'm going to combine these two. Okay. Now we have the hatch and a fuselage. Let's see if the fuselage is not hollowed. Okay, so now turn the fuselage off again and do that again. We're going to come up here to shell this whole thing and 1 millimeter again. Okay, apparently this has been shelled already, so let's go ahead and take a look to make sure. Okay, yeah, so this side has been shelled, but the other side has not. So I'm going to come back here to this combine here, delete. Take a look at that section analysis again. Okay. So this side here, shell this, 1 millimeter, click OK. And now this is shell 2. And make sure it is. Inspect it. And it is shelled. Now what I want to do, since I don't want this in here, I'm going to shell this side here by 1 millimeter. It's been shelled already, so I want to create a sketch on this plane here. Project this, or actually the whole thing here. Click OK. Do an offset. This 1 millimeter. Click OK. Finish sketch. Now extrude this in 1 millimeter and click OK. Okay, now we have that. And do the same thing to the other side. Other hatch. I don't have to, it should be shelled already. But now I just want to do the same thing I did on the other side. So create a sketch on this plane here. And project this. Click OK. Offset this by -1 millimeter. Click OK. Finish sketch. And extrude again. This here, want this to go in. -1 millimeter. Click OK. So that's shelled now too. And turn the other hatch back on and combine these two now. Okay. And again, create a sketch on this plane. And project this. Click OK. And we want to do an offset of this. -3 is what I'm going to use here. Click OK. Finish sketch. And now you want to do an extrude of this upward. And this is set to cut. And click OK. And we have that now. Okay. And that's how you do the hatch. And like I said, that's pretty much how you do a hatch on any airplane that you want to do. On this one, that's how I would do that. But like I said before, make sure that you cut your hatch off first. It just makes things a lot easier, so you don't have to go back and add things again. And when I was shelling this out, I did a couple of things wrong, and that's why I had to go back and fix those things. And excuse me, once I got those fixed, you saw how I did that. But now we're going to do this with the fuselage now. So I turn this hatch off, and I'm going to shell the fuselage here. So modify here, and shell command. Select the whole thing here, and 1 millimeter. Now it says this, so it's been shelled already. I'm not sure, so what I'm going to do is come up here to inspect, section analysis, and have a look at this from this, and pull this back. Okay, same thing happened again. One side is shelled here already, and the other side is not. So I'm going to have to do the same thing what I did with the canopy. So the combine command that I used for this, I'm going to delete that. So I have the left and right side of this again. Okay. I see the other side here first. And if this one's shelled already, inspect. Section analysis, this. Okay, so this side is shelled already. So what I will do here, again, is create a sketch on this plane. And project this. Click OK. And use an offset. And this will be -1. Finish sketch. Turn the sketches back on. And we're going to use an extrude again and extrude this inside. Let's use -1. and click OK. Okay, now we can see the inside. That is extruded, not extruded, but shelled out. Now, the other side here, let's do that. And this side has not been shelled yet. So, come up here to shell, whole thing. And this here's one also. And click OK. Then create a sketch on this plane here. Project this. Click OK. Offset this, which is 1 millimeter, and click OK. Finish sketch. Extrude this. Move this inside, -1. Click OK. Now that side is shelled. Turn that on. Now I'm going to combine these two. Now, if I didn't have that problem there, this wouldn't have taken that long. Since what I did when I modeled this, I made a left hand and then I mirrored it over to the right half. And I don't know, when I combined them, the two halves together, something happened. And I really don't know what happened when I did that, because I made an extra part over here. So all this other steps that I did, you should not have to do if you didn't have a mistake like I had. And now, so you want to get the parts shelled. So the hatch is shelled, and this is now shelled too inside. Both of these. But like I said, what you want to do is make sure you get your hatch cut out first before you shell this. So we have, let's see here. Turn this off. As you see, we have this here on the bottom. And so we're going to have the same lip thing on the bottom here too. So what I'm going to do is, let's see here, turn this on and turn this off, the hatch. And I'm going to create a sketch on this area right here. And project this area there, so P for project this. Click OK. And do an offset, this. And whatever I used for that top, which was 3 millimeters. And click OK. Finish sketch. Turn sketches back on, and we're going to use an extrude. This. Down, make sure it's set to cut, and click OK. Now you can see that's what we have now. And the hatch here, same thing. Okay. Now let's take a look at section analysis again from the right. And as you can see, this is all now shelled out, and the hatch too here. So that's what I meant about this, this area right here, by having that 3 millimeters that sits right down in there like it should. Now, turn the hatch off. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, turn the origin back on. And I'm going to do an offset plane here. Move this up a little. I'm trying to get a flat plane all the way through here. That looks good. Click OK. Now I want to create a sketch on this plane here. And I want to project this and this. Click OK. We turn these bodies off, make sure that I got everything, but I did not. So and cancel this. Okay, now let me go ahead and finish this. I didn't really need to do that, except I needed that plane. And I'm going to create a sketch on this plane again. Now what I'm doing now is just creating the internal structures for this. So I'm going to use a 2-point rectangle. Okay. And finish sketch. Turn sketches back on. And I'm going to extrude this and just say 0.5 millimeters. Actually 1 millimeters. No, 0.5 each. However thickness, what you want your internal structure to be, go ahead and put that in. And set this to new body and click OK. And we have this. All we want to do here, see if we can split a body. This is a body to split. This is a splitting tool, and click OK. And now turn this off. Actually, we can just remove it because we don't need it. So remove it. And we have our plate inside now. And we can turn the fuselage off now too. And we have this on the inside. I want to create a sketch on this plane here. Click OK. And we're going to project this. Click OK. Now we're going to do an offset. And make this -3 also. It does whatever size you want it to be. Go ahead and use that. I'm just using these measurements for this. And now finish sketch. Turn sketches back on. And we're going to use another extrude. And extrude this. And we want this to cut. And click OK. Turn our fuselage back on. And as you can see, now we have one rail inside of there. Or not rail, but former inside of here. All the way around. Next, what I'm going to do here is create a sketch. This plane here. And draw a line from here to here. And finish sketch. Turn sketches back on. And we're going to use a split body. Body to split. And splitting tool is going to be this. And click OK. And this is change this here to nose. Just want to do that. Turn the sketches off. We have that. Now I'm going to split this too with that line. This is a body to split. Tool. Okay. Turn sketches back off. And turn this off. Okay, I didn't split the right one. So, turn that sketches back on and split body. This is the body. And this is a splitting tool. Click OK. Now turn this back off here. And sketches off. OK. Now you can see we have that, the nose. And when you're shelling this, shell it out to whatever thickness you need this to be. And I'm going to combine now this and this. Now this should be all one nose. Now this here. Okay. And we have the nose in there. And that last outer piece here, we don't need it. So we can just remove this too. And we have the nose. Not that difficult to do. Just put in the values of thickness of things that you need. Now, what I would do here is create another sketch, this plane, and I would put a line here. Finish sketch, and then come up here to plane at an angle, turn those sketches back on, use this line here, and make this 90, and click OK. We have that there. Create a sketch on this plane here. Use that 2-point rectangle again. Finish sketch. And then extrude this. And make this a new body. And click OK. Then come up here to split body. This body to split. Make sure I get everything here. Okay. Select this, outside. Try this again. Okay, body to split is this, and the splitting tool. This, and click OK. And it's not letting me split that for some reason. I don't know why. Try it again. Okay. There we go. I don't know what I was selecting over here. It wasn't correct. So I just came over here and selected the nose. So I turn this outer off. And we have that inner. And now I can turn the nose off when we have that. Create a sketch on this plane here. Project this. Offset. I think it was and let's just go -2. Let's see here. Okay, then extrude this, set it to cut. Turn the nose back on. And we have that. inside the structure, which is a bit much. So, create a sketch here on this plane here. And I'm just going to mirror these over to the other side. Click OK. And finish sketch. And extrude this. This should be set to cut. And this is just to make this lighter, is all what I'm doing here. And this should be set to cut. Okay. I'm just seeing about getting rid of this, and it doesn't look like that's going to let me do, but that's no problem. Get rid of it later. But anyway, that is how I shell that. And this is just starters for this. Now in another video, I'll go over vase mode, or excuse me, how to design this so it will print in vase mode. But this is just the nose of this for now. And rest of the fuselage will be done the same way. So turn rest of the fuselage back on. And the hatch. And now we have this and this. Also, turn these two back on, the fins here. I don't remember if I put these all the way down through here. Let's see if that's a go all the way through. What I'm going to do is try split body. This is the body of the split. And this is the splitting tool. Click OK. Okay, same on the other side over here. Split body, this is the splitting tool, and click OK. Turn the fuselage off. And this piece here, go ahead and remove. And this has probably got a little piece up here too. And we'll go ahead and remove that as well. Turn the left fin back on and turn the fuselage on. And now create a sketch, this plane here, and line. Okay, finish sketch. And we're going to split body. This is the body to split. And this is the splitting tool. Click OK. Same thing over here. Split body. And this is the splitting tool. And click OK. And turn the sketches off. And turn those two off like that. And we have that. Now what we want to do is come up here to combine. And the target body is this. Tool body is this. Click OK. Do that again. Combine. Target body is this. Tool body is this. And click OK. Now what we should have, all of this is combined. Yes, it is. Just like that. I'm going to create a sketch on this plane here, and I'm going to do another line. Finish sketch. And I'm going to split this up. Split body. This is the body to split. This is the splitting tool. And click OK. Now I can turn this off here, the nose. But first, let's turn that nose back on. And turn this off. Well, name this first is nose 2 or fuse 2. And turn that off and turn all the sketches off. Okay. Now, going to combine this and this. Now turn the nose off and all that should turn off like that. So we can turn the nose off and this off and fuse 2 on. turn that on. And turn the sketches on. And that last sketch I just did with that line. And then we're going to split body. This is the body to split. This is the splitting tool, and click OK. Now I can turn this off. Have that there inside. And now going to combine this, this, and click OK. Now this here, fuse 2, should be all one like that. Turn that nose back on. And we have that. Turn the fuse off here, fuse 2. And I want to, this part here, the nose, I'm going to save as a mesh. And we save this to my desktop so I can find it fast. Okay. Now I'm going to open Creality Print. And open File, Desktop, Nose, Open. Okay. And here's, let me scale this up a little bigger. We have this. It's the bottom. And go and slice this. Okay. And this is what it'll be. And something happened there, no biggie. Let's go back here. But that's how to do that, the nose. And let me turn everything back on here. Okay. That's how I did this, and rest of the body, this fuselage is done the same way. What you're going to do is just make sure whatever length or the z-axis on what you have on your 3D printer, you want to split this sides up here to match that height or a little less. So make sure that you can get the whole thing to print on it, on the Z-axis, and you'll just keep cutting this up, and we'll print this. When you print this, make sure that you don't exceed the Z-axis there. And when I come back to this again, I'll do some more cutting here. Also, for those of you who want to learn how to model this, the video should be out already for this. And just go ahead and watch that video, and I'll show you how I modeled this. And this is just the intro to how to go ahead and cut this up and do the internal structures and everything. And I'll get to the servos and the motor and more stuff on the inside too in the next video on this also. But yeah, this was just a beginning and somewhat to get you guys going on this. So yeah, so if you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button as well. Also, I invite you to join my Facebook group and my Patreon site, and both are called CAD Build Fly RC. Go over there and have a look. And hope you guys have a great rest of the week, and catch you in the next video.
Subscribe for more.